I don't think it's overblown. I think valuations are still very much in line with the 25-year average. Obviously, some areas are more expensive than others. I do think perhaps parts of the US look a little bit expensive, but Europe, I do think, still does look attractive. I think data coming out of Europe recently has been very strong. The PMIs for last month were very impressive. Earnings are growing, job creation is growing. The euro is going up, which means that capital is flowing into Europe. So I think, for me, all of those are very good signs.
All right. Bob?
Rachel, there's a lot of discussion at the end of last week about the change in the ECB quantitative easing program. And, you know, obviously at the moment they're doing 60 billion. There seems to be a lot of noise coming out of Frankfurt that they will keep the 60 billion a month for the rest of this year, but then they will move to 30 billion a month in the first quarter of next year. But then in addition, they will agree to extend quantitative easing from the middle of next year, because at the moment the plan is that QE stops in the middle of next year. Do you think the market's prepared for that change in QE? Or the market could just say, well, we'll ignore it. I know the reaction to these rumours actually was for bond yields to come down a bit. And are you worried about ECB policy upsetting European markets?
Not worried, no. I do think they do need to start tailoring back quantitative easing. I think the European economy is doing well and it doesn't need this level of quantitative easing. What they need to be careful with is the euro. It's already strengthened a lot, and if they bring back quantitative easing too quickly, I think that will make the euro go too strong, and that will be bad for European exporters.
Is quantitative easing helping the European economy? I know that sounds a bit of a trite question. There's obviously lots of technical answers, but I mean, Rachel first and then Bob, do you think it's actually helping the economy now? Because there are many out there from that German school of management who think it's actually got bigger side effects now.
Yeah, difficult to say. On one regard, I'll say the data does speak for itself. We've had lots of quantitative easing, and as they've increased the quantitative easing, the market has improved. So I think that does speak for itself, and yes, it has helped. But now I think we don't need it anymore. I think we do need to start tapering it back before the economy overheats.
I think two issues. First issue is, are the ECB happy with the inflation data? And the answer to that question is not yet. You know, we've still got core inflation down below 1.5%. I think the ECB would hope to see inflation pick up towards 2%, which I think probably will happen, but that'll be delayed probably until the first half of next year. So it's premature to say that, you know, the fight against deflation is over. I think the second question, where, you know, Draghi came out with some very interesting comments over the weekend, which is, are the ECB happy with the way that non-performing loans are being managed in the Eurozone banking system? And again, it's premature to say we've...
Sounds like Nui and others are saying no, they're not happy.
No, they're not happy at all. So, no, there's still work in progress. So that means that, yes, QE will be tapered, as we discussed. And I think this discussion that came out of Frankfurt at the end of last week probably is the way that QE is going. But the whole process is going to be extremely slow in taking away that monetary accommodation.